Hi guys, welcome back to the Retro Room. I think it's about time we put this purple Dell back together. After the board had all of its, well, not all, but a good number of its capacitors replaced. This case is always a little tricky to get open, but it is pretty convenient that it just opens right up like so. Here's that thing. All the screws and the tray that is of utmost importance. This board was kind of a pain to get off of this tray because this thing was holding it down because it was attached to the board and the tray at the same time. Meant to keep the heatsink on. Here's that lovely board. You can see all the caps here that have been replaced. Not these. These black ones right here. And these silvery red top ones too. So line this up, stick him down in the tray like so. Then first we pop the this is the thing that holds down the heatsink. And I might need something a little heftier to push that in. I think I have just the thing. Bit of a tool. Oh. Okay. This is going to take something a little different. This white bit keeps it in place while it's inside this black part. That will expand out and hold everything in place once it's secured. So the trick is get the black part snapped in, then push that translucent part in. That part looks like it's already in there. We'll push him down. The whole computer smells like late 90s, early 2000s. All right, let's get this last one in there. All right. Now we'll get these cables out of the way. I said cables out of the way, please. And put the tray all the way on the bottom. It has little guides here that we can slide the board into, and then it pops into place, making it pretty secure but rather inconvenient. Go ahead and plug in all these cables while we're here. At some point, I believe it was off camera, I cleaned this case, at least inside. Why don't you go in there? This is the floppy cable. It goes here. I think I did it wrong because IDE 1 is here. IDE 2 is okay. It's in a catch back here. This cable is, it's in a thing preventing, it's a cable management loop. It's preventing me from getting this cable where it needs to go. There's that. We almost have this back together. Over here is the heatsink. I believe this goes how did this go on here? All right, he's secured down there with its little ding and everything. This guy will need his video card. I'm not entirely sure what this is. NVIDIA something or other. GeForce something or other. Probably a GeForce 4 MX 440 or something. Has VGA on as the connector out here. Plug in this dude, which controls the USB and things on the front panel. And we will need the +4 plugged in. Looking for a CD audio cable, but I think I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Let's make sure this machine fires up. Make sure it fires up just like it's configured, and then we'll worry about little details like that. All right, let's plug some video in to this machine. And all we'll really need is a power, and he's on. Came right on. Might as well get some sound on here too. Diagnostic lights are going. We have no keyboard. Time of day not set. All right. I have a keyboard. I should have thought of that. Color-coded Dell. There's the... That's weird. He shut down. Well, let's plug this cheap little mouse into it. Okay. Well, there is one thing I think I am rather forgetting. One, and some of you might be screaming at me for this oversight. The fan's missing. The fan's right here. I took the liberty of cleaning this guy too. Then we'll pop him in place. Down like so. And we there it is. The power connection for this is toward the top of the board all the way over there. Little green LED glowing there. Let's pop this back down. So responsive. Instantly wakes up that monitor. The monitor is also a Dell, and the keyboard is too. It goes right into XP. I wonder if it's shutting off for thermal reasons. Okay. I mean, it's not really getting too hot. Is that fan spinning? Yes. Let's just see if he boots without. No. It is thermal throttling. If you saw me there, that chip is roasty. This heatsink is doing nothing. Wonder if that silver pad, you can't see it. I wonder if that silver pad is causing any issues. I don't know, but he needs a little thermal paste. This is some Arctic Silver 5. This chip is pretty small, so why are you not? It's not wanting to come out of there. You. Must have had this a while. It's all dried up in the tip. That's going to need some cleaning. Now, does it come out at all? A little. Put a little pea-size amount on there. Certainly don't want to overdo it. Then now, just to see if that's making contact. Seems like it is. Maybe not very good contact. Okay, put some thermal paste on him. Make sure it was making contact. Still not sure if that's good enough, but let's give him a shot. He's booting right up. And we're NXP. Do I have anything that would stress this machine? Let's see. Just changing the resolution to something a little friendlier. All programs. I don't have anything on here, I don't think. Well, I'm going to let this run for a little while. Just to see if it shuts off on me. If it does or if it doesn't, I'll be back with you guys here in just, it'll be just a second for you. All right, it's been a little bit. I've done a few things on this system. You know, made sure we can check to see what it is. Pentium 4 at 2 gigahertz, 1 gig of RAM in there, XP Home Service Pack 3. Everything's all set up here, it looks like. It's been running long enough that I'm pretty sure it's at as high a temperature as I can get it to be. Let's shut him down. That Windows XP noise, I'm not sure if you guys heard it, but we're going to put all the screws back in here. Again, with the proper tool. There we go. We don't have mostly black screen, and they aren't really screws, they're more bolts, I suppose. Several of them that were on this board. And I immediately cross-thread one. That's fun. At least it was just with my fingers. Need to pop this video card out of here so we can get the rest of these screws in. There we go. I'll just put him up there for now. Disconnecting from power just in case. A little green LED in there reminded me of that. Putting all of these in place before I get the nut driver after it. I turn it backwards just a little bit so I can feel the bolt go, you know, fall into the grooves it's supposed to be into. Kind of prevent cross-threading. And it's really a force of habit at this point. There's another spot there. Lots of screw holes on this. There. If you have one of these machines and these screws, and you don't have these screws or you need any, these are just standard coarse threaded screws like what you would tack down a hard drive or something. They just are not slotted for a screwdriver. But standard coarser threaded computer screws would work just fine. We're done on this side of the board, so we're going to put the video card back in. And it has to be all the way in that corner, doesn't it? I think we're going to get him out of the way. Much better. Put the screw in the right spot. Make sure he's seated properly and then tighten him down. Then we put the fan back on. It clips on with, you know, these little clips and these, you know, tension dudes to hold him in place. Just press him on and then down. He'll click twice. Okay, board is secured. Everything looks pretty. Let's close him up. Then, with it all back together, let's power him on again. He came right on. Now it wants me to run the setup utility. Well, let's get in there and run that setup utility. It is not 19 seconds past midnight. This clearly has a dead battery. You know what? I do not care about that dead battery right now. I don't have any real plans for this machine, so I don't mind if it doesn't remember its date and time and all. That was the XP noise. Yeah, it says it's midnight. It's clearly not midnight. It's about 3 p.m. here where I'm sitting. But he came up just fine. Looks like this Dell is finished. And yes, the only reason it has XP on it is because this XP sticker that's on the case just felt right. We're going to shut this machine down. I do thank you guys for joining me on making sure this machine goes back together all right and fixing the little heat problem. That's going to be all for this one, and I hope you have a wonderful day.